Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be focusing on one bit of information that we have got from the Game Freak TeraLeak, and that is Cyrus's original backstory or scrapped backstory, whatever you want to call it, because I'm just going to say two things right off the rip. Number one, I haven't played Platinum version. Crucify me on a cross. Number two, I don't like Team Galactic or Cyrus. I don't think them as a whole were properly baked in the oven for them to be put within the games, and I'm gonna explain real quickly here because we have direct receipts from the Diamond and Pearl games, and they say, and I quote, "According to one theory, Mount Coronet is where the Sinnoh region began. In a newly created world, a world where only time flowed and space expanded, there should have been no strife. But what became of that world? Because the human spirit is weak and incomplete, strife has appeared. This world is being ruined by it. And I find the state of things to be deplorable." We're gonna read a little bit from the next quote. "My name is Cyrus. I seek the power to create a new world, a world without strife." So just off of those sentences alone, we understand Cyrus and where he comes from. He does not like the strife within the world, and he thinks it comes from the weak human spirit, and he wants to create a world without strife. And that's exactly why he does what he does throughout the games. He gathers the ability to capture and use the power of the Pokemon that represents time and the Pokemon that represents space to create a brand new world. Makes sense. Except that his reasoning doesn't at all. He starts out by saying, in a newly created world, a world where only time flowed and space expanded, there should have been no strife. Says who? When you're born, you aren't told shit. You're not promised a world without strife. You're not promised an easy life. So where did he get that information from? That's the first big thing of bullshit. Second off, he is saying the world. He's probably referring to stuff like Team Rocket again, Team Magma and Team Aqua. Okay, that's fair, except it's really not, because here's the thing. If he was referring to those things, A, say it, because referencing stuff that has previously happened in older games is cool, but B, that is also terrible, with the goal of every Pokemon game being this is gonna be someone's starting point in the Pokemon franchise. You shouldn't really talk on things that people won't understand if they haven't played the old games, because how is that fair to them? They're just not gonna understand what you're talking about. And let's say I am a new player, and my first games were the Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum games, right? Based off of what Cyrus has said alone, I have to go off of headcanon that the world has just had deplorable acts happen, that the Pokemon world is flawed, which is not entirely unbelievable, 100% is believable, but you don't show me or give me any examples of that throughout my time playing these games. Throughout the entirety of Diamond, Pearl, there is not a single act of strife or a deplorable act other than Team Galactic themselves. And I get that that's supposed to be the hypocrisy, that they're doing what they don't like, right? I get that. But if you had literally one example, maybe it would have made you a little bit more believable as a villain. Because here's a villain literally just due to one event is more believable. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Lysander, the leader of Team Flare. Now, automatically, I'm sure a bunch of you are going,
"What the f is this guy cooking? Team Flare? The team that wanted to create the world and make it beautiful? Yeah, sure. Sure thing, buddy."
yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. As we can see here, Lysander loves beauty. Absolutely loves it. Wouldn't you rather remain young and beautiful forever? Isn't it your duty to be ever beautiful? Everything beautiful should stay the way it is. The reason why he's so obsessed with beauty is because that's the whole theming of the game. Hell, even the code names for X and Y were named Pokemon Beauty, right? So, with that aside,
Lysander
has an actual example of the world not being beautiful. The war that happened 3,000 years prior and how it just ruined everything. No matter what side of a war you're on, it's horrible. And it's the ugliest act that humanity can do. Taking that as an example, I think that's better than going off of nothing. Because at least the war that happened 3,000 years ago is within this own region. If you wanted to tell me about the deplorable acts of people of Sinnoh back when you were a kid, Cyrus, that's great. But you don't give me anything. And that's why I love this backstory way more than anything we got. Here's what it says. The boss of the Ginga clan, Akagi, Ginga I'm sure is meaning Team Galactic, and Akagi, as you can see right here, is his Japanese name. He was born the eldest son of a wealthy family in the Sinnoh region. His parents worked together and were able to buy him anything he wanted. His parents always quarreled with each other. He was expected to be perfect. He hated that he was not perfect, and he came to hate other people as well. He never communicated with his neglectful parents and became immersed in scientific machines. He loves scientific machines. He has no contact with people, so he loses his emotions. Based off of this, and this, already makes you a better and more believable villain than whatever the hell you actually came out to be. Because he was expected to be perfect and lived in a broken family where the parents just argued with each other a lot, and that he hated that he wasn't perfect and came to hate other people and eventually just became obsessed with scientific machines and eventually lost his emotions. You just gave me golden setup for a character to become a villain. If you gave me that, that would have been so much better than there is strife in the world, but none that you'll see throughout the adventure you're on. Look, I know that my argument can be entirely thrown away because of the fact that there have been deplorable acts in previous games. But once again, I think there's also a point to be made with everything that I've said in this video. That's just my thought. If you can be open-minded just for like 5 seconds and understand where I'm coming from instead of just immediately bashing me, then thank you. I appreciate that. If you disagree with what I said, that's fine. You don't have to. I'm just pointing out something that I think is a little bit ridiculous. With that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys have enjoyed any bit of this, be sure to go ahead and drop a like and comment down below if you agreed with anything that I said, or if you disagree. Like I said just a couple of seconds prior, that's okay if you disagree. These are what opinions are for. If you guys would want to show a little bit more support than you already have just by watching this video all the way to this point, you can either become a member or you can get some merch on the store tab of this channel. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zeke Media, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy.